I'm gone, my friend. Won't you tell me the answers again? My heart bleeds red, but there's no point in telling me why. No point in telling me why. Oh, can't seem to challenge any thought that leaves my...
About 2 months ago, I received the unfortunate news that my most recent paper submission to an academic journal got rejected. Not sent back for revision, just completely rejected. And to be frank, I was quite devastated about this one. To be clear, this is not the first time that I get a paper rejected. I think it's quite normal. But it is the first time that I was actually really happy and proud of the work that went into that paper. So getting it rejected was an extra punch. The previous one that got rejected, well, it was hot garbage if you want me to be honest, so we don't really talk about that. I think what hurts the most about it is that it touches on pre-existing insecurities. It turns the imposter syndrome dial to the max. I think it's easy to feel like your work getting rejected means that you're not good enough if you already believe, or at least some part of you believes, that you are not good enough. It's simple confirmation bias. In this case, it just reinforces the negative thoughts that you already had about yourself. Conversely, it's not hard to imagine that if you're already a well-established researcher, a very popular one, or a very confident PhD student, if those are even a thing, then probably getting your work rejected wouldn't be so much of a hit. There would be no crack in the wall getting larger under the pressure. But it's when we start thinking like this that we need to remind ourselves that rejection, at least in work-based settings, is not a personal attack. It's not a personal attack on your individual. It's not even a direct attack on your overall competence. It's a critique of your work. When you submit a paper to an academic journal or conference, you get back some feedback, usually in the form of comments asking for you to revise some stuff, or simply saying they don't agree, or for you to be more clear on what you mean. You know, it's part of the peer reviewing process. It ensures that there's a level of quality to the work that gets published in the paper, and it's how we guarantee that not everyone puts whatever they want in their papers. And these people, these reviewers, they are expected to be strict. And they are most often than not experts in this field, the field that you're trying to publish on. If they are doing their job right, they should be trying to find holes and flaws in what you are presenting. I think it's incredibly unrealistic to think that you will never get a bad comment on your work. You getting negative comments or constructive feedback is part of the process. It's the system working as intended. I myself have reviewed papers for journals, and I know whenever I write a negative comment, so can you be more clear on this, or does this even make sense? I'm not feeling like I'm attacking the authors, I'm simply criticizing their work. It is not personal. In fact, there's a very positive lens you can look this through. You just got some experts at top of your field looking into your work, giving you feedback on your work and pointing out points of improvement. Wow. All for free. And this is something that you can incorporate both in this work and take forward for your next papers. And this is how you'd learn anything, really. You try, you fail, you get some feedback, you try to implement this feedback, and you get a tiny bit better every time you do this. And bit by bit, you eventually get to the top. I saw a very curious TED Talk once that showed that this is exactly what we do in video games. But in video games, we find this entertaining. When in work and other types of rejection, we find this awful and painful. It's all about how you frame the issue. If you're playing Mario, then you'll probably be quite bad at the beginning. But if you die, you don't really care. You just keep playing until you can go through the level. Almost every single comment that you get on your work, and to a lesser degree on everything that someone points out about you, is a possible avenue for improvement. Obviously, take it with a pinch of salt. Sometimes people just misunderstand. That's human, I think. But even on the misunderstanding points, could you have been more clear? Was this actually transmitted the best way it could have? Did you communicate well? Sometimes you legitimately did nothing wrong and the idea just didn't come across. That happens. Part of life is luck. But I would argue that is rare. I would argue that most of the time there is something you could have done about it, and you should try your best not to find external excuses to justify what you've got. Another point to remember is that everyone that's at the top of their field, in any field, went through this. We have a saying in Portuguese, ninguém nasce ensinado, which translates to no one is born taught. Taught. The sooner you realize that the best were not born the best, the better. They had to put in the work like you have to. Of course, we are emotional humans, and all this rationalization and logic doesn't really help when you're dealing with the hurt feelings of getting your work trashed. And those feelings are valid. That pain is valid. But I think keeping these points in mind helped me at least situate myself and realize, yes, it hurts now, but we'll work. And when it gets accepted, it's gonna feel extra good. That delayed dopamine hit. And if you see this in a more positive light and you embrace the feedback that you were given, you will get better in the long term. So, alongside, of course, putting the effort and implementing the feedback that you were given and assessing what you need to change, I think it's also really important to allow yourself to indulge in your hobbies and favorite activities. Treat yourself. Be kind to yourself in these situations. Don't just go doom scrolling on Reddit or Instagram and thinking your life will be over. And that is exactly what we are doing today. You just saw me journaling for a bit. I'm gonna do about 1 hour of work now, and then we're gonna do my favorite activity in the world. We are going to the gym. I'm in Portugal at the moment, and I'm enjoying working out with some of my friends, so I've been going to the gym way later than I usually go. My grandmother just entered the room to say goodbye, and the only thing she managed to say was that I need to start ironing my clothes because, according to her, and I quote, translating, this t-shirt is shameful because it's all... I politely disagree. I will not take my time to iron my t-shirts. Fight me. Anyway, let's get some work done.
It's like everything around me looks a little great. Ever since you found I worry about my brain. I just need a time out, probably just a sprain. It's okay, baby, it's okay. Got a lot of words you don't know how to say. Pull out all your big ones, tryna flip my face. I give you a big hug, say I'm feeling great. It's okay, baby, it's okay. I don't wanna see you worry, but if you come around too early, if you make my toes too curly, and if you really have on me, baby, get hold up, bro. How do you get it so wrong? Get it sometimes you call.
Where's my music?
Where is your music? Where is your music?
If you ask me why, I say yeah, yo. Everything around me looks a little great. Ever since you found out, worry about my brain. I just need a time out, probably just a sprain. It's okay, baby, it's okay. Got a lot of words you don't know how to say. Pull out all your big ones, tryna flip my face. I give you a big hug, say I'm feeling great. It's okay, baby, it's okay.
I'm alright, everything's fine, everything good, everything nice. Don't pull the curtain to something uncertain, just live in your life. Taking a drive, stay in your lane. Don't veer off, might go insane. Think of your brain as a shelter in place. Don't let no one in, just lock up your chains. Change to be feared if you hear what they're saying. On the news, feeding us views. Never feel good to be tamed. Taking my feet, treated as truth. Ain't it a breeze to forget how to speak and let them do the speaking for you. Don't it feel free and to give your freedom decisions to be made by the group.
Mama told me safer folding, trying to carve yourself a space. Bend over backwards, let the assholes run us right down the drain.
Everything around me looks a little great. Ever since you found out, worry about my brain. I just need a time out, probably just a sprain. It's okay, baby, it's okay. Got a lot of words you don't know how to say. Pull out all your big ones, tryna flip my face. I give you a big hug, say I'm feeling great. It's okay, baby, it's okay.
For those who know me, there is one thing that is really good for me and I should get more of, but I don't. Vegetables. Well, yes, but also cardio. However, there is one type of cardio that I truly love. I love walking. I feel walking is free therapy for us humans, really. You can go walking by yourself with a nice tune, you can go walking with a mate and having a good conversation, and you can just let your thoughts out and flow. It's really the only form of meditation I've always been able to be consistent with.
So yeah, that's about it. I really hope you enjoyed the video, I really hope you enjoyed the views, and I really hope you take my advice, or at least it's useful to you. And don't forget, cite my papers.